Well, good morning and welcome. My name's Dan. If you're new here, I ask that you would please subscribe to my channel, that you would ring the little bell icon to be notified whenever I upload a new video. If you're returning, welcome back. Before I get started, I'd like to thank Douglas DeLong for his very generous donation to my channel. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. It helps out, trust me. Anyhow, today I'm going to talk a little bit about personal self-defense. A lot of people have been getting attacked lately for no reason really whatsoever. You're wearing the wrong colors, or you're wearing something that offended somebody, and they're going to attack you. Okay. Now, there are several options, and I know that not everybody can fight. Okay. Now, I do suggest going out and getting some self-defense training, but if you can't do that, there are options. A lot of people carry tactical pins and stuff like that. Now, I'll tell you, a pin just like this, it's a steel pin, okay, works just as well as a tactical pin. I can stab somebody with it and do some serious damage to them, okay, so it doesn't have to necessarily be tactical. Of course, the old trick of carrying your keys between your fingers, that works good, but there are lots of other options, okay. I also suggest everybody keep a flashlight on their keychain at all times. Like I have this little keychain flashlight here. You push the button with your thumb and you see it lights up. Anyhow, well, on top of that, I carry this. This is a canister of pepper gel spray. Okay, now this, according to the manufacturer, holds 25 shots of the pepper gel. Now, the reason I prefer the gel is because pepper spray, if the wind's blowing, it's going to blow back on you. With the gel, you're not going to have that problem. And it's harder for them to wipe this off as well, too. I mean, it sticks really good. I found that out when I was attacked a couple of months ago. I did use this as well as my Bowie knife. Anyhow, like I said, this works good. And last I knew, pepper gel and pepper spray were legal in all 50 states. Okay, not everything is legal in every state. Like a stun gun, in Illinois, you have to have a license to carry a stun gun. Several other states are the same way. Now, I suggest everybody always have at least a folding pocket knife on them. Now, this one's a little dull. I use it to break my seals with, but it's still a very good weapon. The blade on it's dull, which actually will make it more painful for an attacker, because with the blade being dulled out and having little pits in it, it'll rip the skin rather than slice it. Okay. Now, I suggest actually a tactical knife is something that is spring assist loaded, so that it'll flip right open. This here's pretty stiff, as you can see, but you can buy one of those. I had one. It was a cheap one from Amazon. It only cost like $11. Okay, it got confiscated. I forgot that I had it in my pocket when I went to go to a NASCAR race, and they confiscated it, and I never got it back. Anyhow, it was a great knife. I used it for all sorts of things, and it maintained its edge. It's made by Tack Knife. You can find it on there. Just put in Tack Knife in Amazon search, and it'll bring it up. It's just like an $11 knife. It's a really good knife, though. Has a window breaker on it, cutters. It's got a serrated edge on part of the knife, and then it's not a full tang. So okay, but anyhow, there are lots of options. I've seen they have this device that a woman can carry in her hand. It basically is kind of like a little glove almost. Anyhow, it has a little button in the palm of it where you can push it, and knife blades will pop out and do some damage to somebody. I can't remember the name of it though, but I seen it on Amazon. It looked pretty interesting. I'd thought about buying it for my own wife. I still might, but there are a lot of options. I also suggest that people, especially women, carry a little detachable sonic alarm. You can find those on Amazon as well. They're not very expensive, but basically you carry it on your keychain, you pull it apart, it'll come apart, pull it apart, and it starts a very high-pitched squeal that gets people's attention, okay? But, the thing is, you only need to disable somebody enough to be able to get away, okay? Don't try to stand there and do more damage to them. Once you get free from them, run, okay, if at all possible. Now, I've taught elderly people self-defense when I was younger, because I had a friend, well, she was a friend of my grandmother's, but she had had a stroke and part of her body was paralyzed. Her leg, she kind of had to drag it, and she couldn't move one arm too well. But anyhow, she'd gotten mugged a couple of times. So I taught her, because she walked with this cane that had an eagle's head on it, and the beak came to a nice point. Anyhow, by the time I got done with the training, she was walking to the local store like she always did, just down at the corner, and lo and behold, somebody tried to mug her again. Only this time she knew what to do. She used the head of her cane to rip the guy's testicles open, okay? And needless to say, she got away and he went to jail. Enough said about that, But, like I said, there are tons of ideas out there to help you out. Always carry something with you to defend yourself. A lot of the states don't allow concealed carry, and trying to get a concealed carry in some states is like pulling your own teeth, but just learn little things that'll help you. I really do suggest everybody take a self-defense class, though. It can be very helpful. Myself, I can't run. I've had both my knees replaced, so for me to run is extremely painful. So yeah, I have a tendency to stand my ground, but then again, I also know how to fight. I've fought competition for years when I was younger. I may not be quite as agile as I used to be, but I'm still pretty quick, and I know all the pressure points on a person that's going to hurt them. I know where all their arteries are at. You can download a chart of the human body that will show you, I forget where I found it, but it'll show you all the pressure points, and it'll show you where all the main arteries are, so that you can learn those spots to defend yourself, to take out an assailant, to immobilize them to where they will leave you alone, because I hear a lot of people all the time say, well, go for their eyes or hit them in the throat. That's not always so easy to do, and I've had people hit me in the throat in a fight, and if you don't hit the person right square on that Adam's apple, on the larynx, you're not really doing a whole lot of damage. Now, if you can get them on the Adam's apple, the larynx, you'll obstruct you'll make it hard for them to breathe. But other than that, it's not that easy. I mean, especially if the person's a thick neck like I am, and keeps their head kind of down a little bit, it's kind of hard to get up under there. But I've had numerous people that I've taught to defend themselves, and several of them have had to use the methods that I've taught them against assailants. You know, and remember too, when you are being attacked, don't scream for help. Nobody really pays attention when you holler for help. If you're being attacked, start screaming fire. Everybody looks. Guaranteed. Everybody starts looking around when you start screaming fire. It's a given. Okay. It's something about our nature. You know, we'll ignore a call for help, but we will turn around and look when somebody is screaming that there's a fire. Anyhow, this has been Dan. I hope you all enjoyed my video. If it helps some of you. I want everybody out here, everybody watching this video, I want you all to have PTSD. And what I mean by that is I want you to have preps to survive disasters. That's what we're all here for. We're working to survive every type of disaster. I don't prep for just one thing. Okay, I prep for everything, every possibility, you know, fires, tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, you know, civil unrest, the government collapse, you know. I try to be ready for anything and everything that can come down the pike. Am I going to prepare for a zombie apocalypse? Not really. You know, it's, the odds of that happening are pretty slim. You know, I mean, there are viruses out there that can do that, but it's only generally in rats and stuff like that. It hasn't mutated to the point where it can infect a human. Do some research. It's pretty interesting reading. But anyhow, I hope you all have PTSD and that you are prepping, because there's some bad stuff coming down the line. And the way it looks right now, we could possibly be going into World War III. I mean, you've got China with Taiwan. They keep invading their space, sending ships in. They're wanting to claim Taiwan as their own. Then you have Russia and the Ukraine, and in both cases, NATO is involved, which means the U.S. is involved. You know, and Russia has been testing out some of their really, really nasty weapons, some hypersonic stuff. It travels at like 4 times the sound. They have a air version of this missile, and they also have one that travels under the water. Now, if it's detonated under the water with enough explosive power, it can cause a tsunami. Okay, so imagine they send that at one of our coastlines, and they detonate it a few miles off the coast, and it'll wipe out entire cities. Think about it. So we all need to be preparing for everything. Okay, because things in this world are getting really bad. You can see it if you're paying any bit of attention to it. They're trying to take your freedoms away. Biden's wanting to do some executive orders which would impair your Second Amendment. I have a feeling he'll be challenged on those in court, or at least I would hope so. But, you know, it's a dangerous world we're living in. So we all need to prepare to survive any disaster. Okay, it's getting that bad. Anyhow, hope you all have a good day. God bless. Stay safe. Keep prepping. Dan out. Bye.